What would you do when you have a close brush with certain death? Cry, pray, or stare in stunned surprise at the shattered piece of metal that would have become a makeshift grave for your burnt up body? Jeff Bezos didn't do any of that in 2003 when he nearly lost his life in a helicopter crash. Instead, he laughed long, hard, and loudly, and that's the stuff of legends. In this video, we'll be looking at what happened, why it happened, and how Bezos would have died before he made it into the world's richest lists. Go ahead and click the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Are you excited about what is coming? You will be amazed. What happened? It was March 2003, and Jeff Bezos was looking forward to the future. It is one of the marks of the richest men in the world. They are always looking for new opportunities, new adventures, and new challenges. In 2000, the Amazon founder founded another company, Blue Origins, tasked with making rockets for space explorations, and Bezos needed to find a large expanse of land where he can test-fire rocket engines and launch his spacecrafts. The ideal location for what Bezos wanted was in a canyon near Cathedral Mountain in Texas. He didn't have a lot of time on his hands, and riding out on horseback to inspect the land was out of the question, even though that was the safest option. He needed to handle this quickly, and horseback inspection will take days when he needed to have this inspection done in a matter of hours. Against the advice of seasoned locals, Jeff Bezos elected to take a helicopter ride along the location. Here is where the story gets interesting. The pilot hired for this trip around the desert land is none other than Charles Bella, best known for his part in a 1988 prison break. Bella was held at gunpoint by the girlfriend of an inmate and was forced to land the iconic chopper flown in Rambo 2 in a prison in Santa Fe, New Mexico. But I digress. Let's get back to Bezos. Bezos boarded the chopper with his cowboy guide, Ty Holland, his attorney, Elizabeth Correll, and the pilot, Bella. Moments after they took off, a gust of wind blew the chopper, an Aerospatiale Gazelle helicopter, towards a tree line, and Bella lost control. Reports say the chopper clipped a tree, then a mound of dirt, before the rotor blades snapped off, and the chassis rolled and tumbled into Calamity Creek, with the tail boom of the helicopter breaking in the process. When the chassis of the helicopter finally stopped, it landed upside down in the creek and water rushed in, taking up half of the chopper. What happened next? Oftentimes, when helicopters crash, there is a ball of fire and a complete wipeout without a single survivor. It happened in 2020 with the superstar basketball player Kobe Bryant, but in this case, things worked out very differently. Bezos walked out of the wreck with very minor injuries. He wasn't alone in this good fortune. The pilot Bella and the cowboy Holland all walked off with very minor injuries as well. Only Elizabeth Correll suffered a broken vertebra. They were all treated at an Alpine local hospital, except for the hard-headed Bella, who refused treatment. Pictures of the shattered Gazelle turned up on the internet later, and one can easily guess how lucky the four occupants were and how close they had come to the open jaws of death. What did Bezos do? It is funny how we react after a near-death experience. Some people cry, realizing just how close they had come to the end. Others sing thanks to whatever they believe in, while many will be awestruck and gain new insight into the fickleness of life. Which of these do you think Jeff Bezos did when he stepped out of the wreck of the Gazelle? None. First, he made sure that everyone was safe, then told Holland they should have used horses, then he laughed hard. According to one of the passengers, he let loose a weird, full-throttle laugh that boomed through the canyon. When Fast Company asked him about the accident in 2004, he said, "Avoid helicopters whenever possible. They're not as reliable as fixed-wing aircraft." What about the land in the canyons? Blue Origins won't have its home in the land where Bezos nearly died. The businessman gave up on the land he nearly died inspecting. He would end up buying a 30,000-acre property outside Van Horn, Texas in 2004. Accidents are a part of life. Sometimes you deal with an accident that brings you to the brink of it all, one that allows the end to flash briefly before your eyes. For Bezos, it wasn't the end. It was only a glimpse of the end, and if he had died then, he would never have come to be one of the top 2 richest men in the world, because by 2003, Amazon hadn't become such a powerhouse as it is today. This is one of the stories he'll tell around a campfire to his family and close friends when his hair is gray and his skin has become wrinkled with age. The story of how he shook hands with the Grim Reaper and walked away with his life. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to see more of Jeff Bezos' videos in the future.